What's up guys? Thought I'd make a quick video talking about this new blog Blizzard have released talking about Magic Find gear swapping. They're basically saying that it's common practice to keep a Magic Find gear set in your inventory and they don't like people swapping to it. In my opinion, I think this is really petty to even think about changing, because honestly, the auction house barely works. The real money auction house doesn't really work because commodities still aren't up. There's a lot of balance problems still, yet they're talking about swapping something such a minor thing as Magic Find gear swapping. It's just kind of another Blizzard casualization of the game, really. As I say here, many players have said they don't enjoy doing it, but feel the benefit is too large to ignore. The thing is that honestly, it's a pretty minor benefit, and at the same time, if people don't want to do it, no one's forcing them into doing it. Like, I don't know. Blizzard logic at the moment is really bad. So anyway, let's look at the ways they want to do this. Option 1. Setting a Magic Find cap. They want to set a Magic Find cap, maybe between 100 and 200%, while MV provides 75%. So you would need a really small amount of MF to hit the hard cap. The problem with this is that it's not good, because you can get certain pieces that will have good stats and have MF on, which will mean that people have full MF constantly, which is just stupid. Blizzard's logic behind the pros and cons is pretty questionable, honestly, but let's move on to option 2. Option 2, in my opinion, is a lot better than option 1, because you can still MF swap, it just requires a bit more, like, preparation, I guess, and gaining MF over time instead of gaining the whole lot at once, I think honestly is a pretty decent idea, and I wouldn't even mind it kind of being in the game, really. It's the better option out of the two. Their pros still allows you to swap your gear when you want to, yeah, and the cons may not alleviate the problem for players who still feel compelled to get a few extra MF percent. The thing is that the people who still want to get that few extra MF percent are still going to do it, because they're the people who actually can do the fight with less gear. So swapping in the last 20 seconds of a fight, that's the kind of thing hardcore players who want to min-max gear will still do. While casuals obviously just won't care about it. Option 3 is pretty much retarded, I have to say. They want to average your MF, but it just makes no sense, because there's going to be obvious exploits around it, because it's a Blizzard game. And there's always exploits to do with Blizzard games, as you've seen in Diablo 3 already. And using the lowest MF the game has seen you on in your character in the last few minutes, that's not going to stop people equipping a full MF set, averaging the MF to a higher percent, and then going into the boss fight plus having a higher MF percent. This doesn't really change a lot. Option 4 is making the game easier, brain dead in the game. Again, when you swap gear, your Magic Find is disabled for 3 minutes. What the point of that would be, I honestly don't know. Like, it completely discourages gear swapping. Great. So you're removing something out of the game which actually takes a decent amount of skill to pull off a full gear swap before a boss dies if you're soloing, and not get just dead. But overall, it's I like that you can swap gear still when you're progressing, but at the end of the day, no one honestly cares about like NV stacks when they're progressing, so option 4 is pretty pointless, and I just don't think it'd be a good addition to the game. Option 5 is actually pretty smart of them to come up with, which is probably why it's option 5, so people aren't so mad about this whole thing. Removing 1 stack of Nephilim Valor for every piece of gear equipped. This is a good change. I mean, if they're going to do anything, I'd prefer they did this, because it means that people can still. Actually, I wouldn't prefer they did this. I'm lying completely. Yeah. Forget I said that. Basically, the thing is, Blizzard, for some reason, think that people care about Nephilim Valor when they're progressing, which is honestly the only time you actually swap gear outside of Magic Find swapping boss fights. Act 5, Option 5 even, sorry, it's I don't want to say it, but basically I think every option so far is just stupid, and it's just doing things for the sake of doing things to prolong Blizzard's idea of keeping the game sort of fun and entertaining and balanced. At the end of the day, if they spend more time working on the PvP patch, working on balance, because it's still stupid as I said before, having the auction house actually work on Europe would be good. Having real money auction house actually working, having commodities working, and actually being able to sell gold. Do them first before you start messing around with stupid shit, such as gear swapping, because honestly, it's really stupid, and I don't want to go off on a massive rant about it, but at the end of the day, if someone disagrees with what I'm saying, and they think they should be targeting this Magic Find gear swapping first out of everything wrong with the game, please let me know why, because I'd actually be really interested to hear from people who think this is the right step for the game. Thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this kind of vloggy rant, I guess, please subscribe for more, and stay tuned because the next episode of the 1 million gold challenge, which is Azmodan, is coming up tomorrow, and it's a duo with Martigas. Thanks for watching.